Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. Ethereum has started to move higher here, and we are getting very close to that key level of resistance that I already mentioned when we were down here. That 3,412 US dollar level is the level above which we can become much more confident that the low for Ethereum was already in. It also depends on the price structure and how the price is looking when we break that level, but at the moment we are approaching this very important resistance level. In addition to that, it is not only that, you also have the 200-day moving average up here, and that will be here at around 3,000, just below 3,500, which will also provide resistance, and therefore I think Ethereum is currently struggling here. But in the first instance, it is that 3,412 US dollar level. It was broken very briefly, but that does not invalidate anything here or have any meaning. Two possibilities as always. If Ethereum cannot get through this level, then we are probably going to come down once more into that target area down there. That is in no means invalidated. We have potentially here a three-wave structure, A, B, C. So that indicates that we could really drop once more in another five-wave move here down there. So as I always say, until you break these certain levels, there is still a high probability that you are going to come down lower once more. Above $3,412, we can move, in my opinion, much higher. We could even move all the way up to the all-time high in the first instance, before we then need to look at the price and see if this is already on its way to its new all-time high. But breaking the $3,412 level can unlock much higher prices, as indicated by these red arrows there pointing to the upside. And maybe today we are going to see a decision already. It will depend to a degree on Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is also currently just below the 200-day moving average. And if Bitcoin manages to break through the 200-day moving average and maybe gets above 48,000, then Ethereum will also break through here, in my opinion, and then will face probably the next resistance after the 200-day moving average, here around 3,694, which is the 38.2% Fib level. Then we've got the 21.4% at 4,234 before it could move to the all-time high, to the old all-time high, at 4,950 in my opinion. That's I think where it was, according to Binance here. Generally, if we take a look at the VPVR, that also confirms to us that in this region here between those Fib levels, you've got some resistance. So as you approach the next Fib level, you should start to see some resistance coming in. Generally, I would say, the chart is looking very interesting. At the moment, it is only a three-wave move. Therefore, I cannot be very confident and cannot tell you the low is already in for Ethereum. But as I told you down here in the target area is not there for fun. At any point when we get into these target areas, we can start to go to new all-time highs. But Ethereum needs to break the 3,412 level, and only then it gets much more likely. So really at this tipping point here at the moment, if we go to the 1 hour chart, we might see a little bit more detail here, but you can see that the downtrend, or the uptrend is not slowing down at all. Ethereum is holding above that ascending trend line here as well. And at some point you might even get a pullback to that trend line. So if we can't push through here straight away, then what Ethereum might do, it might pull back to that trend line at around, and if that happened today, it might be around 3,250. And that might be another entry point for anybody who's interested in looking for another entry, because as long as Ethereum is holding above this ascending trend line, which you could even call together with that horizontal resistance level, an approaching ascending triangle. So you've got your ascending trend line, you've got your horizontal resistance level, and if a price makes higher lows, higher highs, it indicates that it really can push through here. But of course, a resistance is a resistance level until it's broken, and therefore everything now is only speculation. We need to wait. But what I can tell you is that it's starting to look really interesting here on the Ethereum chart, and today we might have a decision here about where Ethereum is going to head. in the next few weeks. And another very important factor that we should not underestimate is here where Ethereum currently is. It did break above this previous Fib level at the 50% Fib at $3,314. So it came above it, and as you can see, if I zoom in, it retested that Fibonacci level. That is a bullish sign as well. So it's now squeezed between that Fibonacci retracement level and that resistance level at 3,412. And you can see how relevant that level is, as it currently is fighting with this level. We talked about that resistance level, and that is really, really an important one. Generally, looking at the chart, it's looking good, it's looking bullish. On the 4-day chart, for example, which is so meaningful, we had that long signal here on the 18th of March already. We talked about that. The RSI is pushing higher, which is good as well. Finally in the bullish range on the 4-day chart, first time since December. And very importantly, we have a long signal here just today on the 4-day chart on that momentum indicator. And that is very, very important. We don't have that yet on the weekly chart, but if the price continues to hold like that, we're also going to get that. And that would be another buy signal as well. In addition, probably to that potentially upcoming weekly MACD bullish crossover. All of that looking really interesting, looking really good, and could be that Ethereum has already seen the low. You might know that I like the chart of Ethereum more than Bitcoin's chart because the wave count allows for an interpretation that the low is already in, other than Bitcoin. And what could that mean? That could mean that if Bitcoin comes down to complete its final correction, that Ethereum will come down, of course, as well, but might only do a higher low, which could then be used for another entry. But it would assume that the low is already in. Now, at the moment, as we are below $3,412, I can't confirm that. And even if we break above it, we need to take a look at the structure and how it was broken. And then I will update you in the next few videos about what's going to happen next, in my opinion, about Ethereum. So hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.